Well, it's a mega India Today exclusive. We have accessed a picture of Bollywood actor Jacqueline Fernandez with Chennai's conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar. The picture on your screen shows Sukesh Chandrasekhar, the man who was accused in a 200 crore extortion case, kissing on the cheeks of Bollywood actor Jacqueline Fernandez. According to the ED, Sukesh had met Bollywood actor Jacqueline 4 times in Chennai and even arranged a private jet for the meetings. As per sources, the picture was taken in April-June this year when conman Sukesh was out on interim bail. According to sources, the iPhone 12 Pro that was used by conman Sukesh to click this picture is the same which was used to make extortion calls using an Israeli card. Sukesh was reportedly using the same mobile phone while he was inside the jail as well. Remember, last month, Jacqueline was grilled by the Enforcement Directorate for more than 7 hours. She denied any wrongdoing and even called herself a victim. But this picture reignites this entire debate. Was this actor in question here, Fernandez, dating conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar? Farmer unions are all set to decide their future course of action today. The Samyukta Kisan Morcha will be meeting at Singhu border at noon to decide the next course of action. Farmers' meeting comes a day after their agitation completed 1 year. This is farmer unions have planned tractor rallies to Parliament from Monday onwards. Farmers from Rajasthan, Haryana and other states have been asked to attend the meeting, which is likely to set the final roadmap for farmer demands, including a law on minimum support price and also compensation for the farmers who've died, among others. Farmers' key meeting comes a week after Prime Minister Modi repealed the controversial farm laws. Well, it was on the 26th day of November last year when thousands of farmers began camping in various parts of Delhi. In fact, the borders, demanding the withdrawal of the farm laws. Thousands of farmers gathered at Delhi's borders to mark the first anniversary of the unprecedented protests yesterday. Now, farm laws are repealed. Farmers demand a law on MSP and major crops for major crops. Here's more.
1 year of farmers' protests. Exactly 365 days ago, Delhi's border points became the epicenter of farmer agitation. For the last 1 year, farmers have echoed one sentiment: repeal the farm laws. The unprecedented protest prompted the government to withdraw the laws.
मैं आपको, पूरे देश को ये बताने आया हूं कि हमने 3 कृषि कानूनों को वापस लेने का, रिपील करने का निर्णय लिया है.
But the Kisan is still unrelenting. Exactly 1 year on, there's a sense of deja vu as thousands of farmers have marched towards Delhi.
The security personnel are on their toes. A sea of barricades can be seen at the Ghazipur borders. The cranes are in place, water cannons are in place. All this is being done to prevent any farmer from trying to cross over to the national capital. Rakesh Tiketh, however, is saying he is expecting a lot of farmers to turn up at the borders throughout the day to mark the first anniversary.
This was something that was a call given by the Samyukta Kisan Morcha as well, asking people to come here in large numbers. They want the people to come out and once again celebrate not just the win of the farmers, but at the same time in ensuring that the unity which has been throughout this entire 1 year. People are flocking here to Singhu border once again, clearly an indicative that the farmers' protest is not ended as of now.
The farmers have put forth a slew of other demands that they want the government to meet. And until then, they won't head home.
इनकी इतनी बड़ी मांग 3 बिलों को वापस करने की पूरी हो गई. आपने कोई भंगड़ा नहीं पाया, आपने कोई ढोल नहीं बजवाया, आपने कोई जलेबियां नहीं बांटी. अगर आप करते तो लगते भी इतनी बड़ी बात मांगी गई, जो और बातें रह गई हैं वो भी सरकार के दरवाजे हमेशा खुले रहते हैं.
जिनके 750 लोग मर जाते हैं वे भंगड़ा पाते हैं क्या? जिस दिन हमारे जवान वहाँ शहीद होते हैं तो सरकार भंगड़ा पाती है क्या? जो उन्होंने काम करा वो ठीक करा, लेकिन जो एक कमेटी पहले बनी होगी उस कमेटी के चेयरमैन रहे, अध्यक्ष रहे, उसको भी पूरा कर दो, सारा इकट्ठा ही दे देंगे। धन्यवाद।
Farmers have 5 demands. They've made it clear that unless a law on MSP is made, they won't call off their agitation. They've also reiterated their demand for electricity amendment bill to be withdrawn and cases against protesters withdrawn. Farmers have also said that stubble burning must be decriminalized and MOS whom Ajay Mishra must be sacked for his son's alleged involvement in the Lakhimpur Kheri killings.
There are other 6 issues. Some issues we raised in the very beginning and some issues came during this our agitation. So all those issues should be addressed by the government by sitting with the farmers delegation.
The opposition has extended their full support to the farmers, backing the demand for a bill on MSP.
MSP की जो उनकी डिमांड है वो बिल्कुल जायज है। इसके ऊपर हमने भी बहुत अध्ययन किया है। ये किसानों की जो मांगे हैं, अभी जो पेंडिंग मांगे हैं, हम उनका पूरा समर्थन करते हैं। टेनी साहब को तुरंत केंद्रीय मंत्रिमंडल से बर्खास्त किया जाना चाहिए। मुझे नहीं पता कि केंद्र सरकार की क्या मजबूरी है, कुछ तो मजबूरी होगी।
काले कानूनां नूं वापस करा के ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਕਿਸਾਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੰਨਦਾਤਾ ਦੀ ਜਿੱਤ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ, ਇਸ ਜਿੱਤ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਨਮਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋਏ मैं आही प्रार्थना करदी हां कि जल्द तो जल्द एक काले कानून कानूनी रूप से वापस होके साडे किसान खुशी-खुशी अपने घर वापस जा सकन.
Farmers have also vowed to send 500 tractors to Parliament from Monday when the winter session begins. With Mohit Sharma at Singhu border, Ishwarya Paliwal at Ghazipur border and Amit Bharadwaj at Tikri border, Bureau Report, India Today.
Bundelkhand is now the epicenter of political action in UP. Congress General Secretary Priyanka has all set to hold a rally in Mahoba in the Bundelkhand region today. Vadra is going to be holding a Pratigya rally at the Chhatrasal Stadium in Mahoba. Meanwhile, Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav is also going to be rallying in Mahoba on the 1st of December. Remember, this comes just a week after Prime Minister Modi launched a slew of development projects worth 3,000 crore rupees to overcome the water crisis in Bundelkhand. Parties are going to make an attempt to woo voters in the Bundelkhand region, which holds 19 of the total 403 seats in battleground state of Uttar Pradesh. Shifting focus now, as a threat of a new mutant looms, there is another big concern for us here in India. Vaccine hesitancy continues, at least in some parts of the country. The second dose coverage is a mere 45% currently, far below the 100% coverage target that was expected, that was supposed to be done by the end of this year. To beat hesitancy, the government has launched a door-to-door campaign to get people vaccinated against COVID-19. I filed this report earlier on the new Har Ghar Dastak initiative of the Government of India. It is the next big challenge in India's pandemic fight, the war against the hesitancy virus. The government has now taken this fight door to door. Asha, ANM and other village level health workers from Uttar Pradesh are carrying out the government's Har Ghar Dastak campaign, door-to-door campaign to beat vaccine hesitancy, encouraging them to take a shot against COVID-19. The idea? Improve the second dose coverage, in which India is still far behind. India's second dose coverage is at 45%, far below the expected coverage of 100% by year-end. First dose coverage stands at almost 83%. Reasons for this lag are many.
घर में किसने नहीं लगवाई है? मेरी सास ने अभी नहीं लगवाई। क्यों नहीं लगवाई? उनको ना अस्थमा की प्रॉब्लम है, तो अभी हमने डॉक्टर से कंसल्ट नहीं करा है। अब कंसल्ट करके उसके बाद ही लगवाएंगे। कल देखते हैं फिर हम। आपकी कोई दवाई चलती है? हाँ। 23 साल क्यों? 23 साल में क्या दवाई चलती है मैडम? मतलब जो कि उसमें बच्चा जाने की रस हो रही है ना, उसकी चलती है।
तो इसलिए वैक्सीन नहीं लगवाई। कभी डॉक्टर से पूछा आपने
कि अगर वैक्सीन मैं लगवाऊं मुझे कुछ होगा कि नहीं होगा?
अभी नहीं पूछा मैंने।
आप पूछोगे या लगवाओगे अभी जाके?
अब पता नहीं, पूछनी पड़ेगी पहले तो।
मैडम आप
लगवा लेना,
अभी जाके लगवाइए आप।
ठीक है।
There are some who are afraid all this while, but have finally mustered the courage.
डर तो लग रहा मुझे, नहीं लगवाई।
तो अभी इनके आने से आपको डर लग रहा है कि कुछ नहीं होगा?
मैं लगाई, जब सब लगवा रहे तो मैं भी लगवा लूं।
किस बात का डर?
बस इन्हों ही कह रहे कि सब इसे लगवाने से मर जाएंगे।
As is evident, most people in this particular locality seem to be suggesting that the people who have not taken the vaccines are the ones with some underlying healthcare conditions. The ASHA workers here are trying to tell them that even if there are underlying healthcare conditions, then there is a way out of the situation. You can always have a consultation with the doctor and decide on how to go about taking the vaccine. But vaccination is a must, is what the healthcare workers here are trying to communicate very regularly to the people living in this area.
See, somewhere we are dealing with a segment of people. See, illiteracy is one issue in the country. So I think that is a hurdle in the thing. So they don't know the merits of the vaccine. So once we tell them the merits of the vaccine, they definitely take it up.
Government authorities have also had to use help from religious institutions and leaders to help people overcome the fear of the vaccine.
गाहे बगाए जब भी जैसा मौका होता है, मदरसे में, मस्जिद पे और स्कूलों में बाकायदा कैंप लगवा करके हमने टीकाकरण करवाया है। गली मोहल्ले में घूम करके भी करवाया है और आज भी करवा रहे हैं।
पहले डर था लोगों में, आपको लगता है? डर, घबराहट, जानते नहीं थे?
थोड़ा लोगों ने भय डाल रखा था, मगर ऐसा कुछ नहीं है।
Government sources say they hope for at least 90% coverage of the population using the first dose by year end. Second dose coverage may just go beyond 50% by January, and that is rather worrisome. Given that data suggests that vaccines reduce severe illness, the campaign Har Ghar Dastak is what India needs right now. In these villages, in rural areas, in different parts of the country, in tribal areas, teams have gone all across to try and convince people to get a shot against COVID-19. The idea here is to beat vaccine hesitancy, because without beating vaccine hesitancy, one can't beat COVID-19, the infection. The idea is to ensure better first dose coverage and also good second dose coverage, something where we are still lagging behind. With video journalist Pradeep Gupta in Ghaziabad, Sneha Murdani for India Today. Well, scientists have sounded alarm over the new super mutant COVID strain. It is being called the worst ever mutation, yet it is said to have been detected in South Africa and has made its way to Botswana, Hong Kong and now as well. It is being reported that this super mutant could make vaccines 40% less effective. Several European countries that are already battling a fourth wave have banned flights from 6 African nations. India too has flagged off concerns of the new variant. Will this new mutant make things worse for us?
It's not over yet. A new variant of COVID-19 is here. A worried South African government announced this on 25th November.
From yesterday, indication came from our scientist colleagues from the Network for Genomic Surveillance, that indeed they were observing what looked like a new variant, a mutation, a variant of serious concern, which is now driving this spike in numbers.
The B11529 is the latest in the family of variants causing a spike in cases in South Africa. So what is the new variant all about? The new variant detected has high number of mutations, 32. Director of the UCL Genetics Institute in London, Francois Barlow, reportedly hinted in a press release that the new variant could have evolved during chronic infection in an immunocompromised person, possibly an untreated HIV/AIDS patient. It can be detected with one particular type of RT-PCR test.
B11529. So this is a variant that has been detected and reported to us from our colleagues in South Africa. There are fewer than 100 full genome sequences that are available. We don't know very much about this yet. What we do know is that this variant has a large number of mutations. And the concern is that when you have so many mutations, it can have an impact on how the virus behaves. So right now, researchers are getting together to understand where these mutations are in the spike protein and the furin cleavage site, and what that potentially may mean for our diagnostics, our therapeutics, and our vaccines.
The variant has spread from South Africa to Botswana all the way till Hong Kong. International governments have sounded alarm bells. The UK, Japan and Netherlands have halted flights from South Africa, Botswana, Eswatini, Lesotho, Namibia and Zimbabwe. Singapore, Italy and Israel have placed all of these nations, plus Mozambique, on their red list. The head of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, is proposing the whole of EU put on emergency brakes and stop flights from the region. Germany, which is currently going through a fourth wave of infections because of the Delta variant, will allow only Germans to fly into Germany from South Africa. Even if travellers are fully vaccinated, they will have to spend 14 days in quarantine. India has also sounded an alert. The Union Health Ministry has dashed off a letter asking all states and union territories to subject all international travellers entering India from at-risk countries to rigorous screening and testing. The WHO has designated 4 variants of concern of COVID-19. Alpha or the UK variant, Beta or the South African variant, Gamma or the Brazil variant, and Delta or the Indian variant. An emergency meeting called by the World Health Organization will decide the fate of this super variant, or if countries must do more to restrict the spread of this new mutation.
At the moment, the Indian government has not resorted to imposing an international travel ban on countries like South Africa and Botswana. But sources in the government have informed that India is already operating within air bubbles with various countries. The message is now clear that international traveling and passengers will be screened rigorously and their samples will be collected for genome sequencing at entry points because a new variant is out to create havoc. With Pavan Kumar in New Delhi, Milan Sharma for India Today.
Rains continue to batter Tamil Nadu. Red alert has been issued for Chennai and other districts. Incessant rainfall for over 48 hours left several districts across the state waterlogged. The Indian Met Department has predicted heavy to very heavy rainfall for the next 4 days, till the 29th day of November. The Indian Met Department has issued a red alert for coastal districts like Tiruvallur, Chennai, Chengalpattu, Villupuram, Kudalur, Naganapattinam, Thanjavur and Padukottai, also Ramanathampuram and Thoothukudi as well as Tirunelveli, while districts like Kanyakumari and Kalakurchi have been given an orange alert. Rain holiday in schools and colleges have also been declared in these districts. Details of that story and much more is always going up on our website too. That's indiatoday.in. You can also download the app. Weekend programming continues on the other side. Do stay on for that.